Welcome back to the ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we're diving deep into the explosive twists awaiting us on Friday, September 12th, where power plays, hidden agendas, and shocking revelations take center stage in Port Charles. Let's start with the intense dynamic unfolding between Nina Reeves and Lulu Spencer, a conversation that's brimming with tension and strategic maneuvering. Nina, ever the savvy operator, with her finger on the pulse of Casadini family drama, is pushing Lulu to seize the reins in a delicate situation involving young Charlotte Casadini and her fugitive father, Valentin. Drawing from her own complicated history with Valentin marked by passionate highs and devastating betrayals, Nina emphasizes the importance of turning potential chaos into an opportunity for empowerment. She paints a vivid picture of how Lulu could orchestrate a controlled visit, perhaps under the guise of family reconciliation, to extract vital information or even sway Valentin's next move. Imagine Lulu stepping into this with newfound confidence, using Charlotte as a bridge to uncover hidden truths about Valentin's whereabouts or his latest schemes. Yet, Lulu hesitates, her instincts sharpened by years of Spencer family feuds, questioning whether Nina's advice stems from genuine concern or a hidden motive tied to her Aunt Liesel Obrich's notorious manipulations. Could this be Nina's way of inserting herself back into the Casadini orbit? Or is it a rare moment of altruism? As they debate in a quiet corner of the Quartermain mansion, surrounded by the echoes of past scandals, Lulu weighs the risks, allowing Charlotte that emotional connection might heal old wounds, but it could also drag them into Valentin's web of international intrigue, complete with forged identities and shadowy alliances. Nina's persuasion is relentless, highlighting how control isn't about avoidance but about dictating the terms made, even coordinating with authorities discreetly to monitor the visit. Will Lulu embrace this bold strategy, transforming from a protective mother into a tactical force? Or will her distrust of Nina's Obricht lineage slam the door shut on any progress? This subplot adds layers to their evolving relationship, reminding us how Port Charles alliances shift like sand, often built on fragile trusts and buried secrets. Shifting gears to the hospital room where drama simmers like a pressure cooker, Kane lies in his bed, his eyes gleaming with a mix of vengeance and certainty as he confronts Carly Spencer and Willow Tate. Fresh off his brush with death from that mysterious shooting, Drew isn't just recovering, he's plotting his comeback with calculated precision. He leans in, his voice low and laced with promise, declaring that Michael Corinthus's arrest is imminent, a bold assertion that hangs in the air like a storm cloud. Carly's expression twists into a cocktail of skepticism and frustration, her mind racing through the web of family loyalties that have defined her life. She's no stranger to Corinthos' power struggles, having navigated betrayals from Sonny to Jason, and now she senses Drew might be engineering Michael's downfall to reclaim his own standing. Willow, standing nearby with arms crossed, radiates a quiet fury. Her desire to reunite with her children clashes violently with the moral quagmire of Drew's ambitions. Invent new tensions here. Perhaps Willow recalls a fleeting moment from their past affair, a stolen glance that now feels tainted by Drew's ruthless edge, making her question if reconciliation is worth the ethical cost. Drew's confidence suggests he's planted evidence or tipped off investigators, maybe even involving anonymous sources to frame Michael for the attack. The room buzzes with unspoken accusations, Carly probing Drew's motives, wondering if this is payback for Michael's role in corporate takeovers at Rora Media, while Willow plots her own path, perhaps considering allying with Nina to outmaneuver both men. This scene underscores the fractured bonds within the Corinthos Quartermain clan, where love and ambition collide, forcing characters to choose between family ties and self-preservation. As Drew smirks from his pillows, bandaged but unbroken, it's clear his promise is more than words. It's a threat wrapped in inevitability, potentially unraveling the fragile peace in Port Charles and setting the stage for courtroom battles that could expose long-buried secrets like hidden financial dealings or illicit affairs. Meanwhile, in a disheveled Metro Court suite that screams of recent indiscretions from sheets, scattered clothes, and the faint scent of expensive perfume, Falconeri corners his brother Michael. In a moment of raw confrontation, Dante, the ever-dutiful detective with a badge that weighs heavy on his conscience, has followed a trail of clues straight to this compromising spot. The lead revolves around Jacinda Bracken, the enigmatic woman Michael claims as his alibi for the night of Drew's shooting, but her profession as a high-end escort adds a scandalous layer that could torpedo his defense. Michael, sweating under the scrutiny, insists on his innocence, recounting how he verified her story through Curtis Ashford's discreet investigations, and even reconnected with her at the shadowy Brown Dog Bar, a dive known for its under-the-table dealings. But Dante's judgmental gaze cuts deep. His question, "Were you really with that woman the night Drew was shot?" dripping with disapproval, implying Michael might have bought more than just testimony. Add inventive depth. Perhaps Michael flashes back to that fateful night, a blur of neon lights and whispered conversations, where Jacinda shared tales of her own troubled past, humanizing her beyond her job and making Michael's choice feel less like desperation and more like a calculated risk. Dante, torn between brotherhood and duty, presses for details, wondering if this alibi holds water or if it's a house of cards built on paid silence. The messy bed serves as a metaphor for Michael's unraveling life, his marriage to Willow in tatters, his business empire under threat, and now this interrogation that could lead to charges of solicitation or worse. Will Dante's blindsiding questions force Michael to confess a deeper involvement, or will he double down, spinning the narrative to portray Jacinda as a credible witness, with her own motives for truth-telling? This encounter heightens the suspense, blending personal ethics with legal peril, and hints at broader implications for the Corinthos family, where one brother's fall could drag everyone into the abyss of public scandal and internal strife. Finally, aboard a private jet slicing through the clouds toward Port Charles, Jason Morgan finds himself in a tense standoff with the resurrected Britt Westburn, a ghost from the past who's anything but transparent. Jason, his stoic demeanor cracking under curiosity, probes relentlessly for the truth behind her fake death, a masterpiece of deception that left friends and foes alike mourning her loss. Britt, lounging in her seat with a mix of defiance and vulnerability, dodges his questions like a pro, revealing only superficial gripes, such as her distaste for his intricate tattoos that tell stories of mob wars and lost loves. He assures her, "Whatever you're hiding, you don't have to hide it from me." His voice a steady anchor in the turbulence, but she's a wall of stone, guarding secrets that could rewrite Port Charles' history, invent new elements. Perhaps Britt hints at a clandestine life in Europe, involving underground medical research or alliances with rogue agents like those from the WSB, explaining her survival from that fatal hook attack as a staged escape orchestrated with insider help. Jason, drawing on his own experiences of fake deaths and hidden identities, senses there's more a child she protected, or a vendetta against Peter August's lingering network. As the plane descends, the air thick with unspoken regrets, Britt's stonewalling builds anticipation. Will she crack under Jason's persistent loyalty, spilling details of years in hiding, complete with forged documents and narrow escapes? Or will her silence persist, forcing Jason to dig deeper upon landing, potentially uncovering threats that tie back to current Port Charles chaos? This airborne mystery adds a thrilling veil to Britt's return, blending resurrection tropes with emotional depth, and promises to shake up alliances as old flames and new dangers collide. Next, we will dive deep into the captivating world of daytime drama, through the lens of one of its most intriguing figures, the latest installment of Super Soap Scenes. A time capsule of daytime drama's greatest moments has taken on an ambitious mission to highlight an even broader spectrum of performers and narratives that define the essence of soap operas we cherish so dearly. This edition doesn't just revisit iconic moments, it celebrates the rich tapestry of cultural influences and character evolutions that keep viewers hooked episode after episode. Among the standout stories is that of Lydia, who stepped into the role of the formidable Selina back in 2015. Over the ensuing decade, has transformed what could have been a fleeting character into a powerhouse presence on General Hospital, commanding attention with her sharp wit and unyielding authority. Her portrayal has added layers of complexity to the show's mob underworld, blending Eastern influences with the gritty Port Charles crime scene, making Selina a fan favorite for her calculated moves and unexpected alliances. But behind this on-screen dominance lies a pivotal moment early in her tenure, a piece of sage advice from her co-star Maurice Bernard that truly ignited Selina's potential. Without it, the character's trajectory might have remained confined to the shadows, never fully emerging as the strategic force she became. As Selina currently navigates a tense escape, evading the wrath of sunny Corinthos after the fallout from injuring Christina, reflects on her journey with a sense of gratitude and excitement, sharing insights that reveal the magic behind the scenes. In her candid recollections, Lydia opens up about the thrill of embodying Selina Wu, the triad boss who dares to challenge the indomitable sunny Corinthos. In a realm traditionally dominated by male figures, fans frequently inquire about the experience of portraying such a bold woman in the cutthroat mob landscape, and Look describes it as nothing short of exhilarating, a rush that borders on euphoric, like harnessing raw power in every confrontation. Standing toe-to-toe with Sunny, a character steeped in legacy and portrayed by the masterful Maurice Benard, provides an adrenaline-fueled high that's unmatched in the acting world. Benard's portrayal brings an element of raw intensity and unpredictability to every interaction, pushing boundaries and elevating the drama to new heights. This dynamic duo's chemistry thrives on that very unpredictability, where actors must fully commit, leaving nothing on the table to create those unforgettable sparks. Look emphasizes how this energy isn't just scripted, it's born from the genuine rapport between performers who trust each other to explore uncharted emotional territories. She recalls how Selina's early appearances were subtle, almost understated, allowing her to observe and plot from the sidelines. But it was the solo encounters that truly tested her mettle and showcased the character's multifaceted nature. One particularly memorable milestone was Look's inaugural one-on-one scene with Sunny, stripped of the protective buffer provided by the Five Families mob summits. In those group settings, Selina could rely on the long conference table as a shield, engaging in verbal sparring alongside other crime lords like the cunning Charles Buscema from the Cosa Nostra, brought to life by the talented Bartom Greddy, or the shrewd Vincent Novak, embodied by the skilled Glenn Taranto. Those scenes allowed for a collective energy, where banter flowed freely among the Dons, many of whom met dramatic ends that shifted the power dynamics in Port Charles. But alone with Sunny, without that ensemble safety net, Look felt the weight of opportunity pressing down. It was her chance to peel back Selina's layers, revealing not just the calculated strategist who had been patiently waiting her turn among the men, but also the vulnerable undercurrents that made her human. She invented subtle backstories in her mind. Perhaps Selina's rise through the triad ranks involved betrayals from trusted allies or personal losses that hardened her resolve, adding depth that viewers could sense even if unspoken. This solo debut marked a turning point, where Selina transitioned from a peripheral player to a central antagonist, her ambitions clashing directly with Sunny's empire and sparking rivalries that rippled through the show's overarching narratives. Deep appreciation flows from Look toward Maurice Benard, whom she affectionately calls Mo, for his instrumental role in shaping her performance from the very beginning. In the fast-paced whirlwind of soap opera production, where scripts fly at actors with relentless speed and rehearsals are often minimal, even seasoned professionals can feel overwhelmed, their minds racing with interpretations and emotions. The environment demands quick adaptability, and the camaraderie among cast members becomes the glue that holds scenes together, turning potential chaos into cohesive storytelling. Look counts herself incredibly lucky to have had Mo as her guide during those initial nerves. Far from offering overly protective or hand-holding advice, Benard has a reputation for being direct and insightful, quickly assessing his scene partner's needs to foster authentic performances. Right before their first rehearsal, and the subsequent one-take filming, a hallmark of soap efficiency, pulled her aside and delivered a straightforward directive: with me, you keep it simple. Just simple. This wasn't mere platitude. It was a profound insight tailored to Look's energy. He recognized the storm of ideas brewing in her eyes, the intricate web of motivations she had built for Selina, including imagined cultural ties to her triad heritage that influenced her every decision. Benard's wisdom cut through the complexity, reminding Look that true power often lies in restraint. By urging her to simplify, he tapped into the essence of Selina's strength, the character who thrives not through overt aggression, but through poised silence and strategic minimalism. Look explains how this advice unlocked her performance. In embracing simplicity, she allowed Selina's inner intensity to shine without overcomplication. Imagine Selina in that moment, her gaze steady and unflinching, conveying volumes with a single arched eyebrow or a measured posillumens. Look invented to amplify the character's mystique. Mo's experience as a veteran actor enabled him to see the raging force of nature she had cultivated internally, understanding that doing less could amplify her presence exponentially. This approach not only made their scenes electric, but also influenced Look's overall portrayal, teaching her that in the high-stakes world of General Hospital, subtlety can be the most devastating weapon. She credits this mindset with helping Selina evolve into a multifaceted villain, one who navigates alliances with characters like Curtis Ashford, or plots intricate schemes against rivals, all while maintaining an aura of untouchable composure. Reflecting further, Look delves into how this foundational advice has echoed throughout her decade on the show, influencing not just her interactions with Bernard, but her approach to the entire ensemble. The unpredictability he brings mirrors the volatile nature of Port Charles itself, where alliances shift like sand and betrayals lurk around every corner. For Selina, this has meant crafting a persona that's equal parts enigmatic and ruthless, drawing on Luke's own background to infuse authenticity, perhaps drawing from real-world stories of powerful women in organized crime circles. Though fictionalized for the soap's dramatic flair, fans have responded enthusiastically, often speculating on Selina's next move in online forums, from potential romantic entanglements to explosive confrontations that could upend the Corinthos family. Luke's journey underscores the collaborative spirit of soap operas, where a single piece of advice can catapult a character from obscurity to stardom. As Selina continues her evasion from Sonny's pursuit, the tension builds, promising more riveting developments that keep General Hospital at the forefront of daytime drama. In expanding on these experiences, it's clear that Lydia Luke's time as Selina Wu represents more than just a role. It's a testament to the transformative power of mentorship and acting. Bernard's simple yet profound guidance helped her harness Selina's potential, turning potential overwhelm into poised dominance. This narrative from the second edition of Super Soap Scenes reminds us why we love these show's human stories behind the larger-than-life characters. Next, we will uncover the thrilling developments surrounding Drew Kane's shocking survival and his vengeful path ahead. The buzz around Port Charles has been electric ever since the dramatic revelation that Cameron Matheson is firmly staying put in his role as the scheming Drew Kane. On ABC's General Hospital, far from bidding farewell to the show, Drew has dramatically awakened from what seemed like a fatal ordeal, shifting the entire narrative from a potential tragedy to a gripping whodunit, centered on identifying his assailant. This twist has kept fans on the edge of their seats, speculating wildly about the culprit lurking in the shadows of the town's intricate web of alliances and betrayals. Despite the brush with death, Drew's core personality remains unshaken, his cunning and devious nature intact, now amplified by a burning desire for retribution. With his eyes locked on reclaiming Willow Corinthos in his life permanently, he's poised to unleash chaos, manipulating circumstances with ruthless precision. Imagine the layers of resentment building within him during those unconscious moments, fueling a comeback that's equal parts calculated and explosive, drawing on his military background to strategize like never before. Matheson himself has teased that this resurgence will explore darker facets of Drew, perhaps delving into forgotten memories from his time as a Navy SEAL that resurfaced to justify his aggressive pursuits. In a recent exclusive chat with Soap Opera Digest, Cameron Matheson opened up about the unexpected plot turn that spared Drew from an early grave, emphasizing how swiftly the soap opera flipped the script on viewers' expectations. What many assumed was a permanent exit turned out to be a mere few days of suspense, before Drew's eyes fluttered open, revealing his resilience and setting the stage for more turmoil. Matheson described the character's mindset with enthusiasm, declaring it's game on as Drew emerges from the incident with a sharpened focus on domination. He elaborated that Drew is fully prepared to orchestrate elaborate deceptions, even if it means dragging down those who stand in his way, including innocent bystanders caught in the crossfire. He's ready to manipulate. He's ready to bring an innocent man down. He doesn't care. He's not a good human. What can I say? Matheson quipped, highlighting the moral ambiguity that makes Drew such a compelling anti-hero. This admission adds a fresh dimension to the character, perhaps inventing scenarios where Drew reflects on his past identities, from the brainwashed Jason Morgan twin to his current self, using them as excuses for his lack of empathy. Fans can anticipate scenes where Drew's charm masks a venomous intent, charming allies only to betray them later, all while Matheson brings his real-life charisma to infuse authenticity into these villainous turns. As the storyline propels forward on General Hospital, Drew Kane finds himself at the epicenter of multiple brewing conflicts, his awakening igniting a firestorm of drama that's sure to engulf Port Charles. Currently labeled as the most despised figure in town, his reputation for backstabbing and self-serving schemes has alienated even former confidants. Yet the shooting hasn't tempered his ambitions one bit. Instead, it's hardened his resolve, pushing him to retaliate with unprecedented ferocity against anyone who dares oppose him. Matheson has shared anecdotes about how fans sometimes blur the lines between actor and character, approaching him in public with playful jabs or genuine disdain, which he takes in stride as a testament to his effective portrayal. He dropped hints that Michael Corinthos could become the primary target of Drew's wrath, a move that would cleverly dismantle Willow's current family structure. Picture Drew fabricating evidence or whispering doubts into key ears to paint Michael as the shooter, exploiting their shared history and the custody battles over Wiley and Amelia to tip the scales in his favor. This invented subplot could introduce tense courtroom dramas or private confrontations, where Drew's silver tongue sows seeds of doubt, forcing Michael to defend his innocence while Willow grapples with divided loyalties. Complicating matters further is the lingering issue of Drew's leverage over Portia Robinson, stemming from her tampering with medical test results in a desperate bid to protect her daughter Trina. With his near-death experience disrupting his plans, Drew can no longer wield that blackmail as freely. But the soap's history of twists suggests he might have safeguarded duplicates or digital backups, hidden away in secure locations like an encrypted drive or a trusted associate's hands. Whether he did or not remains a tantalizing mystery. But given Drew's track record of foresight, it's plausible he's already plotting to resurrect that threat, perhaps by anonymously leaking hints to stir suspicion without direct involvement. This element adds a layer of suspense, as Portia might find herself forming uneasy alliances to counter him, maybe even confiding in Curtis Ashford for support in a bid to outmaneuver the chaos. Drew's obsession with Willow overrides all else, driving him to extreme lengths. Envision him orchestrating secret meetings, or planting false narratives in the media to portray himself as the victimized hero, all to win her back at any cost. If that means toppling pillars of the community like Michael or even tangling with heavyweights, such as Sonny Corinthos, Drew appears more than willing, his actions potentially sparking ripple effects like family feuds or unexpected betrayals that reshape alliances across the canvas. Looking ahead, the intensity is only set to escalate as November sweeps approach in under 2 months, promising a barrage of high-stakes revelations and cliffhangers that General Hospital is renowned for delivering. These pivotal periods often amplify the drama, with storylines converging in explosive ways that leave lasting impacts on characters and viewers alike. For Drew, this could mean a crescendo of vengeance plots reaching their peak, perhaps culminating in a shocking confrontation where his shooter is unmasked. Speculation points to possibilities like a jealous rival or a hidden enemy from his past, adding invented intrigue such as a long-lost connection to the Quartermain family secrets. Matheson's enthusiasm suggests Drew's arc will delve deeper into his flawed humanity, exploring themes of redemption versus destruction as he navigates the fallout of his choices. Will he succeed in luring Willow away, or will his manipulations backfire spectacularly, leading to his downfall? The uncertainty keeps the audience hooked, with potential crossovers involving other Port Charles residents like Nina Reeves, who might find herself entangled in Drew's web due to their complicated history. As the sweeps draw near, expect heart-pounding moments that test loyalties, unearth buried truths, and redefine relationships in ways that could alter the show's landscape for months to come. In weaving these threads together, Drew Kane's survival stands as a masterstroke in General Hospital's storytelling, transforming a potential exit into a catalyst for ongoing intrigue. Cameron Matheson's portrayal continues to captivate, blending charm with menace to create a character who's as unpredictable as he is unapologetic. From targeting Michael to resurrecting old blackmails, Drew's path of revenge promises to deliver the kind of edge-of-your-seat drama that defines daytime television. As we edge closer to those November sweeps, the stage is set for monumental shifts, with Drew at the heart of the storm, ready to claim what he believes is rightfully his, no matter the devastation left in his wake. Stay tuned to our channel for the latest updates, spoilers, and in-depth breakdowns of all things General Hospital.